Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
I understand, like, in the Browns fans community really want a big body wide receiver, but you got to think that the Kansas City Chiefs for the last 3 years have had undersized wide receivers, and they have put them in the best position to win. And when I had brought up Taj Washington, it kind of got dismissed. Like, people in college football have said he's a sleeper, like he's really, really good. We need to give this kid a shot. If we can give somebody like Anthony Schwartz a shot, we should give Taj Washington a shot. That's all I'm saying.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Tim, I hesitate to mention Anthony Schwartz to Browns fans. My concern is that Lincoln Riley offense doesn't have a huge route tree, and I'm concerned with Caleb Williams for the same the same reasons. And it's not fair. But you have that lasting impression. Kyler Murray struggled, and some of the receivers that have come out of that have struggled in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think, it's certainly been interesting how those guys really haven't panned out. I think I'm still high on Caleb Williams. I still think he's my number one quarterback. But when it comes to Taj Washington in particular, the Anthony Schwartz thing is interesting because I think with Taj, I think he's a solid player who think for me would be round 5 and later because he kind of fits a more specific role. He's a small receiver where you kind of want him in the slide. You kind of want him on short, quicker routes where he can kind of create space for himself. I don't think he's going to be a perimeter guy just because he's not built for that. I'm not as concerned, about size as some other people because I think if you could play and you could play at a high level, there's always a role for you. But, when you go back to the Lincoln Riley route tree again, I think, that's kind of the same things that, kind of hindered Cedric Tillman a little bit because Cedric Tillman this past season, obviously came from a Tennessee team that their offense really didn't have a lot of route diversity either. So you can understand why he kind of had a hard time, kind of settling into the NFL and understanding route nuance and whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how he got into the NFL was, put up big numbers in that offense. And you would imagine that kind of thing comes with just, working on it, attention to detail and, understanding what you need to do to separate a high level. But he has higher end physical tools. And I think with Taj Washington, he's a solid player. He produced well at USC. I just don't know if he has those high end physical tools. That said, if you want to look for a slot receiver round 5, round 6, and Taj Washington's there, he's worth a look.